Welcome in everybody, whether you're on Spotify or you're on YouTube. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up button, leave us a rating on the podcast. Today, we got Summer League coming up tomorrow. Today Ausar Thompson's brother played. He looked pretty well in the first half of the game that I watched. So I'm excited to watch Azar, but that leads into this debate topic. Can Azar Thompson be an all-star? I'm a
No.
like Tell me why you don't think he can be an all-star. I personally think he has all the tools. I think he's coming into a pretty decent scenario. I know Pistons basketball hasn't been the greatest lately, but I really think he has a formula for success here in Detroit. So
Okay.
tell me why you don't think he can be an all-star, because personally I feel like he has everything going for him.
I think more is the league and how it wants to generate its revenue as opposed to him as a player. Because I've seen some solid players that might have been well deserving, kind of get snubbed to the side because maybe their team's relevant. Because you feel like it was LeBron and Steph, they pick their players too, and you're just like, a guy like him can be very good. Now, all star level, you got to have also, you don't necessarily have to, but you go one of two things. You either carry to the team to the point where your stats are ridiculous and you're keeping your team in games, regardless of how good or bad they are, or, the team's very profitable and you've got a good, team around him and people want to see that player. Can he develop into that? I don't know. I don't know much about the kid. He was an overtime elite. Maybe he's good, maybe he's not. But all-star level is something you'd really have to push at me. He'd have to be the next generational thing. And do I think that's the case with him? Probably not. Can he be good? Sure. I don't know about all-star.
Okay. Well, I'm going to address this in one way. Now, I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong. Pretty sure Jeremy Grant is a former All-Star. I think he made it once. I could be wrong.
Mhm.
Um, but the reason why I think Jeremy Grant can be, I mean, not Jeremy Grant, Azar Thompson can be an All-Star is because of the way that he's going to complement Cade Cunningham and Jaden Ivey. I know a lot of people have concerns about his shooting, and I feel like I'm one of the very few who isn't too concerned with that part of his game. We saw him in the playoffs. He shot 39% from three. He said it himself. He's feeling more confidence from deep, and a lot of people just take that word and kind of, you know, less talk, let's see it kind of thing. And we're about to see it tomorrow, so we'll have a good idea maybe of where that 3-point ball is, by then. But a lot of people are like, okay, you did it for a short stretch. I still don't believe you have it because we have a larger portion. But the kid's 20 years old. He's still developing. And I personally actually think he's going to look a lot better than 30%. I think he could be hovering around 33 to 35. And is that great? No. But I think the looks that he's going to get from Cade Cunningham and Jaden Ivey are going to boost up his numbers. I think his athleticism and his, you know, fast break scoring is going to show. His athleticism top level, his defense top level. And those are parts of his games I really like. Now, do I think he's going to be the type of all-star that, he's making it every single year or he has like 5 of them by the end of his career? I don't think he's going to be quite like that because I think guys like Cade Cunningham and Jaden Ivey will kind of take that shine for the Pistons roster. But can he be one of those guys who makes one All Star, maybe 2 All Stars, because he's in that perfect situation and he has one of those, like anomaly years. I don't know if I quite call it anomaly years, but one of those years that his numbers just are way more up than usual. I can definitely see that. Is that something I can get you to see and agree with, maybe?
I think it's still tough. I think if the Pistons have anybody, it'd be more on Cade Cunningham type of player. I don't know, because, it's tough to say that a guy that we haven't seen too much play against other NBA talent uh, kind of do it, kind of go and make that season happen. Now, if the kid can go out and ball out and give me something to believe, maybe you'd consider it. But you also have to be elite, and they call it an all-star game for a reason. A lot of these names that even if you don't really watch the NBA, you're going to recognize these names because they're posted all over social media. They're big hype names.
Few companies.
Mhm. So maybe if he has the anomaly there, like you talk about, I think that would be a further down thing in his career, though. I don't think it's something that you're going to see a kid come in, play 2 years, and this third year make an all-star. Maybe if he's a well-developed player, 10 years down the road, he's been very good, has that anomaly year where he just goes off, because sometimes players, you're right, do have that type of year. Maybe he gets selected, but even then, you'd be like, hmm. So I think it all depends. But for me, I don't see it personally.
Maybe I'm a little high on the fact that I just watched Amon play, and
You are a
Amon
little high.
did look did look really good. If you guys didn't watch Amon play, highly suggest. If I don't know, maybe you guys can go back and replay it or find a way to watch it. He looked really good in that first half that I watched. And Azar, we're talking about two-time MVP of that league, two times final MVP of that league, which I always just catch super interesting because Amon is seen as the better twin, but Azar has won all the accolades. So I catch that very fascinating. Azar is a better pure scorer. He's not as much of the pure ball handler, but he doesn't have to be that with the Detroit Pistons, and that's part of the reason I really like him. In this situation, he can be a slasher. Maybe his 3-point shot goes up now that he'll be more uh, catch and shoot, and he has guys like Jaden Ivey and Cade Cunningham creating that attention. He's going to have a lot more open looks. That 3-point percentage could very well be awarded off of that, and maybe we see him shooting 35% from three. And if you're shooting 35% from three with his capabilities to attack the basket, he's gonna have very good numbers. Um, we saw in the overtime elite he had about 7 rebounds a game, about 5 assists a game. I don't expect those to exactly carry over like that. Maybe the rebound numbers can, but the assists might go down to like 4 or 3. But but you're getting 7 boards a game, maybe averaging 16 points per game and 1.5 steals. I mean, that's not quite all-star production, but like I said, an anomaly year, maybe he gets 22 points per game. You're just talking about 7 rebounds, 4.5 to 5 assists.
Mhm.
He could become in a lackluster year, he could be that Jeremy Grant where he's very borderline every year. Like he's barely just not making the cut. But then
I
that one
mean,
year he does.
I feel like he would be a face of an icon. I feel like he'd be a face of a franchise, though. That's just how I felt about it. I feel like LeBron's the face, Steph Curry is the face. Kevin Durant for the years
Well, then
was.
even like Steven Adams has made it. But you know why Steven
Yeah.
Adams made it? Steven Adams made it because he's been on really good teams. He was on a team with Westbrook and KD. So if
Yeah.
Cade Cunningham and Jaden Ivey can be what we think they can be,
Well,
he's gonna be on a good team. Kind
well,
of like
that's also yeah,
Draymond. Draymond doesn't put up numbers, but he makes it because why? He's part of a franchise who wins,
exactly, and
and he's known as
that's
a winner.
the Pistons haven't been winners very
And Jeremy
much.
Grant made it not being a winner. So if they're a winner, like they should be when Kate Cunningham's back, and when Jaden Ivey develops, when Jalen Duren's developed, you
Mm.
know,
Look, I'll
he
see it
has
when
a
I
strong
believe.
case coming together.
I'll see it when I believe it. Pistons haven't been
I
competitive
don't want
enough.
to. I don't want to. I don't want to hear you slander the Pistons
I was
when
slandering.
you literally ride and die every year before the Tigers play. They've been the most pathetic team in the city for how long? For
Yeah,
how
but
long
even
has the
so,
Tigers been pathetic? When was the last time they were in the playoffs, dog?
14, 14.
That's not 2019. Last time I checked.
I mean, that
So, when
fake
was the last
fluke.
time they won a championship?
NBA just sends like
When was the last
half
time
their
they won a
teams
championship? 80s?
84, I think.
Yeah, I
Exactly.
think Pistons won one in '02. Was it
Yeah, but like that's
against
comparing
the Lakers?
potatoes to
Against
apple.
Kobe? Against Kobe?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. You got
They
Pistons
made it to one in '07. The Tigers last made it in 13 or
12.
14, 12, whatever, same thing.
Could have. We should have won it. I don't even want to get into it. I'll get pissed.
So I don't want to hear you telling me about how Tigers.
Now
The Pistons haven't looked good in so long, but yet you want to be so
Piston,
optimistic about the Detroit Tigers, bro.
I have more faith in the Tigers than I ever will in the Pistons.
Oh, I don't even want to hear it. I do not want to hear how you have more optimism about. Did,
Bro, think
comments,
about.
comments, comments. Oh, hold on. Shut up your nonsense, bro. You gotta get off the
Oh
crack
my
real quick.
god.
I gotta know in the comments, bro. Who has the brighter future?
The
Pistons
Tigers,
or Tigers?
not the freaking Pistons. I'll tell you that right now.
Pistons or Tigers? Pistons. Okay,
The Pistons
when
tried to
AJ
win. Oh, here
the
we go.
Tigers head coach, bro, is literally a World Series cheater.
Oh, what
You
do you even
got
bring it back?
Monty Williams over on the Pistons. I'm not.
Oh,
I have beef with AJ Hinch, bro. I swear to. Oh my gosh,
don't.
that's a topic for another time. He's a. I do not. He's questionable. I'll just say that.
I
But
still trust him. I
Monty
still have him.
Williams got this young squad coming together. We've seen what he did with the Phoenix Suns. You can't look at this and tell me this is not a very similar situation. The Suns were terrible forever. Even with D Book there, they were not looking good. And D Book was good when he got there, but he completely developed him and that team into winners. You know, they had good players, but they weren't winners. The Pistons right now have good players, and Monty Williams is here to try and do the same thing he did with the Suns and make them winners. And that's going to help Azar a lot when it comes to becoming an all-star level player.
Okay. Well, I'll see it when I see it.
Yeah, you'll see it when you see it.
I'll see it when I see it, dude.
It's like your love for Torque, man.
My love for Torque. Look,
All right, all right. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Is Ausar Thompson? Is he an all-star? Can he be an all-star level player? Do you guys see the potential there? Or am I just on one? I know
you're
Darren
you're on
thinks
him,
I'm
dude.
on one,
You're on him. You're on that
but
Kool-Aid.
I'm on that Kool-Aid apparently. But let me know in the comments, guys.